Today we're going to be doing a quick video on what I eat in a day to lose 50 pounds. So I've lost 50 pounds on this weight loss journey since last July. And I'm on my second round 2. I'm not going to work on 50 pounds more, but I do want to continue to lose a little bit more. So today I'm going to be having some peach oatmeal for breakfast, and then I have a delicious chicken Thai salad that I'm going to be having for dinner. And I'll put all of the recipe down below in the description if anybody's interested in trying these. And then I'm also going to try to calculate what that equals on Trim Healthy Mama as far as a meal. So I start off each morning with a cup of coffee, and I actually have an espresso coffee maker, and it makes the perfect cup of coffee. Just insert these little pods and it really just makes, I don't know how it does it, but whether you're making coffee or espresso or whatever, it's super delicious. So that's how I start off my morning. And I usually add a little bit of half and half to it and some Monkfruit sweetener, and that is my coffee. Then I made some peach oatmeal, which was kind of an overnight oats oatmeal that I got the recipe from Trim Healthy Mama, and I'll link that in the description below. But this oatmeal is made with peaches that were frozen from my peach tree from last summer, and all I do is just break up the peaches. I throw it in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and then it's just perfect that way. But if you don't want to use the microwave, you can actually cook that over the stove for a couple minutes. I add maybe a couple tablespoons of unsweetened almond milk to it, and then I also add a half a cup of cottage cheese, and to that I end up adding a little bit of cinnamon on top of the cottage cheese, and it just makes the perfect breakfast. It's super filling and really delicious. So the first thing that I want to do before I start my actual putting my meal together is I want to grill this chicken. So I've got my grill going outside, and all I'm going to do is start seasoning my chicken. So I've actually got 5 thighs here. They're boneless thighs, and I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. Got a little bit of seasoning salt, a little bit of garlic. Now you put on your food, you know, however you like it. You go ahead and season yours any way you like. And then I have some of this cilantro lime seasoning, which I really like. And all I'm gonna do is just kind of put all that on there. Make sure it all has a nice amount of seasoning. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to season the other side. A little rub, just want to make sure that the seasoning's on all the chicken. All right, I'm going to go out and grill this, and then we'll start putting our salad together. All right, I've got this grill pretty hot, so I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. So when I first start grilling my chicken, I don't really wait for it to sit on here too long. I don't want it to stick, so I found if I just pull it up over the first minute or so, it works a lot better for me. All right, and I'm just gonna stay here and take care of this. Like I said, this grill's pretty hot. So we're going to start off by making our sauce to our salad. We're going to put in 1/2 cup of rice vinegar, and I just finished the last of mine. Then we're going to add 1/3 cup of avocado oil. We're going to be adding a teaspoon of salt. And we're also going to be adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of an artificial sweetener. Or you can use sugar. I'm gonna use some Monkfruit sweetener. And just give that a little stir. And we're gonna set that aside and we'll come back to it a little bit later. All right, my chicken is done. I'm just going to wash my cabbage real quick and then we'll get this whole salad put together. Okay, to my cabbage, I've got a large cucumber. I'm just cutting it up in cubes. Now I'm also going to be adding some fresh cilantro. And I keep my cilantro in a glass of water. I just keep it on the side of the door of my refrigerator. And it keeps my cilantro fresh for a couple weeks. 1 cup. So I'm going to take this whole thing and add this to my mix here. I think this is probably close to a cup. So all I'm gonna do is just chop it up, just a kind of a rough chop. I've already cleaned this before I put it in the cup here. Now that my chicken has cooled, I'm also going to be cutting up the chicken. Now it's not completely cooled, but it's cool enough I can go ahead and put this on my salad. And I just want to cut this chicken into like bite-sized pieces. So however you cut your chicken, I mean, you know, I love these boneless thighs. I like them. They're just a little bit fatter. And I just think they're a lot more flavorful. Doesn't that look good? Ooh, it smells delicious. All right, I'm gonna add this chicken also to my bowl of cabbage and cilantro and cucumber. And you can see this salad's gonna last a couple days. It's gonna be super, super good. Now, one of the things I changed on this recipe, it's not gonna make any difference as far as the calorie count or anything like that, but I went ahead and pickled some red onions the other day. And so I'm gonna add those instead of putting plain red onions in. Now this called for a small red onion. These were 2 huge red onions. And I'm just gonna give it like a couple chops. That's it. I'm gonna put that right inside of it. And I did forget to put the garlic clove in my sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. We're gonna give this dressing another stir, and then we're just gonna add it to our salad. Now we want to give that a good toss. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my goodness gracious. I think what I'm going to do is take some of that liquid from the red onions and I'm going to put a little bit more of that on there. It just, the smell in here, I wish I could share it with you. It is just unbelievable. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of the red onion sauce to this, about 1/2 cup. And then we're going to be adding some peanuts. Now I want to chop up those peanuts before I put them in here. 1.5 cups of roasted peanuts, which is what I have right here. I'm just going to chop these up a little bit. Now, if you have an allergy to nuts, I mean, you can leave this out if you'd rather put another kind of nut in here if you're not a peanut fan, but this is a traditional dish that has, you know, peanuts in it. And I'm sorry, I think I told you this was a Thai dish. It's actually a Vietnamese dish, so my bad. It looked Thai because of all the goodies in it. Now it says that you can serve this with an aioli sauce. I'm not going to because of the added calories. But I'm going to give it another quick toss with the nuts. And show you how we serve this. I want to make sure I get some chicken. A lot of that's gone to the bottom of the bowl. Okay, this dish is traditionally served with lime wedges. So I'm just going to cut some of these into wedges and serve these with the salad. All right, let's give it a try. All right, let's give this delicious salad a try. I'm actually going to put a little bit of the lime over the top of this. Drizzle it. All right, let's give this bad boy a try. Oh. It's delicious. Flavor explosion. Oh my gosh. You've got to try this. It is fabulous. Fabulous. Oh. I'm going to leave this link below. Give it a try. You won't be disappointed. Tonight we're going to be having a Ninja Creamy later. And that'll be it for what I eat in a day. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Well, thank you so much for watching my video today. I had a lot of fun making it. It was a delicious day. I don't think there's a lot better than like Thai anything. I just love Thai food. And that Thai salad was really delicious and really filling. So I also want to let you know I'm going to have a creamy tonight. A little bit later on, I'll split that with my husband. Those are like a non-fat kind of ice cream that I make with my Ninja Creamy Maker. I have lots of videos. I'll link a playlist if anybody's interested in watching any of those Ninja Creamy recipes. They are delicious. They're super filling. And when you make them like low carb and healthy, you can eat them every night and you're still going to lose weight. So if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.